What up, guys? It's Dave, and I am back. I'm making my rounds, and I figured it's been a long time since I did just an advice video. So let's get into it. Okay, guys. So I want to talk about how to fail opening up a Brazilian jiu-jitsu school or a martial arts school. This advice might transfer to a bunch of different business ventures, but this is how I may have failed opening up my own martial arts school. And I think you can learn a lot from a guy that actually failed. And I'm probably the only guy that will actually do a video like this. Everybody else will just, they'll speak from the realm of success. They won't talk about their failures. They'll tell you, oh yeah, I got 900 students, they're all paying $300 a month. Like, they'll speak from there. They won't necessarily tell you, oh, this is where I messed up, this is where I failed. And I think you can learn from somebody that fell on their face before. So, let's talk about it. And forgive me if I keep looking down at my notes, because I wanted to touch on everything. Alright, the first piece of advice I can give you is that everything goes in writing. Especially when you're dealing with business partners. Because you really don't know people until you're doing business with them. You really don't know them. You do not know these cats until you're doing business. Let's talk about doing business with these guys. Everything goes in writing, because I promise you, once the money starts rolling in, everybody's going to get amnesia. Everybody gets amnesia. Maybe they're like, oh, I was supposed to get this. Oh, I'm supposed to get, I thought I was getting that. Well, now I want this, and now I want that. But if you have the proper paperwork and position, you don't have to worry about that. I'll tell you a story. I was teaching jiu-jitsu in this karate gym. And my first mistake was I did a handshake deal. Went like this. I'm thinking, hey, I know this guy. We're cool. I could just do a handshake and everything's all right. Nope. I don't care if it's your best friend, your grandma. Everything goes in writing. We make a handshake deal. Hey, I need this much a month in rent. And you teach your class. And you teach jiu-jitsu here. Okay. I get the money together for the rent. I'm bringing in people to teach yoga for me. I'm starting the kids program. And all the while, this guy, he's seeing the money come in. Now, oh, I need a piece of the yoga. Oh, but that piece I'm taking doesn't count towards the rent you're paying me. So I get a piece of that and the rent you're paying. Insanity. I guess I should have just taught the yoga myself. But I can only be in so many places at once. And we'll get to that in a sec. So, what's a piece of that? I start the kids program. Oh, I want a piece of that. And meanwhile, it's just the hand is out. And I'm just losing money. I can't get this car going over the hill if you keep siphoning the gas out the tank, bro. But it was my fault. I didn't get everything in writing. I didn't get, hey, this is what we agreed on. This is how much you're getting. These are my classes. That's what I'm getting. All right? As long as you're getting your rent, I don't want to hear anything. All right? But I didn't get that in writing. So I promise you, any kind of business you're doing, once the money comes in, once the money starts rolling in, people are going to get amnesia. So make sure everything is in writing. I don't care if you're doing business with your best friend, your goddaughter, your cousin, your grandma, your grandpa, your sister, your brother, your baby mama best friend. I don't care. Get it in writing. So eventually I have to leave there because I see this ceiling that I'm not going to break through. I'm not going to break through this ceiling if somebody is constantly with their hand in my pocket pulling me back down. So from there, I go to teach at this spot called Forza. Again, a business partner. Again, I do a handshake deal. And of course, my business partner doesn't do anything that he promised me when we came out there. When I moved the program out there, none of the things that was promised to me happened. All right. So eventually that fell apart, and I'll touch on Forza again. Eventually the place just closed up shop altogether. So I mean, probably didn't have the best business partner anyway. Which brings me to my second point, guys. Be in charge of the space. You have to be the boss. You got to be the Panama Canal. You got to be the HNIC. All right? Everything has to go through you. And that's not an ego thing. That's not a put your hands on your hips and be the boss. You know, that's because actually being the boss is actually sucks. It's actually a horrible job. But that's the position that you want to be. That's the position you want to be in. You want to be in charge of the space. If you want to make a change to the schedule, you can do that. You don't have to clear it through 10,000 people. You can just change it. If it's for the betterment of the school and the business, you just change it. You just do your thing. Boom. Switch it on the website. That's the schedule. If that benefits the school. That's just one example. Like I was doing with the karate joint. I mean, I had to deal with my partner. He wanted to teach karate from, imagine this, imagine one class going on from 3 in the afternoon to 7:30 at night. 7:30 at night. Imagine that. And he was fine with that schedule. He complained about it, but that was his schedule. When I wanted to do something a little more professional, I say, hey, instead of you teaching karate from 3 in the afternoon to 7 at night and expect a jiu-jitsu guy to come on the mat at 7:30 and run a successful program, maybe, hey, you teach karate, I don't know, 4, maybe another one at 5, you know, jiu-jitsu starts at 6. And something like that. Something like that, I said. But it was his space. I didn't control it. He didn't want to change the schedule. It's probably why that place is stagnant right now as far as membership. But that's what it is. I don't know. I just wanted to come in there and make sure everybody was making money. A lot of people, they don't want to make money. They just want to put their hands on their hips and say, I'm the boss, I'm the man. But you're the boss of a sinking ship. You're the boss of a ship with a hole in it. Somebody wants to come in and fix the holes, you let them. But that was that. And then, I mean, back to Forza, again, I don't control the space. You have to control the space. I go to Forza, I have a time slot. This is when I teach. Okay, but again, you don't control the space. If this guy, one night I might come in and there's a Zumba class going on in my time slot, because the owner thinks that this is a little more profitable, like these girls that want to lose weight. Instead of you pushing them into jiu-jitsu, you started a Zumba class. You started a 6-week Zumba class instead of pushing them into jiu-jitsu, so we can both make money sustainably. Didn't see it like that. Now, I came up with that idea off the top of my head, and if I controlled the space, I'd probably still be there teaching jiu-jitsu, and we'd all be making money. But what the hell do I know? So guys, always control the space. Always. And that's not to be egotistical or anything. It's just you need to be able to make changes and to keep bad ideas from hitting the mat. All right? You need to be able to shut stuff down. You need to be able to turn stuff up. You need to be able to empower people. You need to be able to disempower people. You need to be able to break ties with people. Why is there 6 boxing coaches at Forza? At the time I was there, why is there 3, 4, 5 boxing coaches all in a different program? This guy, he's on his own. The other guy's on his own. This guy's on his own. I'm trying to bring these guys together. I'm like, hey, we can start MMA in here. I'm the jiu-jitsu guy. You guys know boxing. Let's start some kind of MMA program. Let's get some fighters out there. They're just like, no, we're just going to do our own thing, you know. I'm like, but if you control the space, I could come to you guys. I'm like, hey, we're going to do MMA, or you guys can find somewhere else to teach. And you need to be able to make those decisions. All right? Let me check my notes here. Guys, also, before the karate joint, I was teaching at a boxing gym. They had a back room. I was like, all right, I'll teach here. Hey, you guys want to add jiu-jitsu? It was in a black community. I was like, yes, these are the people I want to reach. Let's do it. I come out my own pocket. I put mats in this back room. It's a nice big space. I put some mats down and I'm ready to teach. All right. But again, control the space. Control the space. Guys, I wanted to start a daytime program. There was nothing going on in the daytime. It was wide open to make some money. All right, it was wide open. I can't get a key to the building. Why the hell not? Damn Hornet. I don't know why I decided to do this outside. But the damn Hornet was coming at me, guys. I think he was a fan of boxing. But what's going on? Guys, control the space. I can't get a key to the building to teach in the daytime. They do private lessons in the daytime. That brings some money in the camp in the daytime. I mean, these people were worried about, I don't know what they were thinking. But they weren't thinking about making money. They weren't thinking about teaching jiu-jitsu. They weren't thinking about running a successful business. All right? And then eventually this thing called a pandemic. I don't know if I can say the C word on YouTube without getting that thing under the video. But there was a pandemic, and we had to shut down anyway, which really killed things. It became impossible to just do jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu was illegal. If the COVID police pulled up and caught you doing jiu-jitsu, $5,000 fine. I remember being at a school that will remain nameless. No face, no case. My man, he put some mats in the basement, and we trained down there. And shout out to my man, Jacarezinho. He put some mats in his living room. We had UGK BJJ, this jiu-jitsu club. We would show up out there, get our roll on, and we just kept doing jiu-jitsu. You know, we kept on rolling. So, that's my point. Always control the space. All right? Third tip I can give you. Do not create a bottleneck around yourself. What do I mean by that? Don't create a bottleneck around yourself. Like, when I started out, I was fine being the only instructor, the only jiu-jitsu coach, the only striking coach. I was doing the private lessons. I was doing the marketing. I was talking to the customers. I was talking to the parents about why their kids should be here. Guys, not only are you running yourself ragged, not only will you begin to hate jiu-jitsu, it's not sustainable. I'll tell you a story. I was still competing. I was still going out there competing, doing all that and still competing. In the match, I sprained my MCL. In the match. Now, I can't teach. That's the bottleneck. I was the bottleneck. Now the bottleneck's clogged. Now nothing's happening. My knee's busted. I mean, and I taught from my chair and things worked out. But imagine if I couldn't get it to work. Imagine if I couldn't teach from my chair. I couldn't really get on the mat. I had to rest this knee. I created that bottleneck around myself. It wasn't good. So guys, don't create a bottleneck around yourself. Bring in a staff, bring in a team, because you could be the captain of the ship, but there's other people on the ship helping out the captain. All right, the captain can't do it on his own. All right, bring in some guys, let them teach, and don't stand over top of them. Let them do their thing. All right, you brought them in, now trust them. Also, make sure you're paying them. If you want to run a cult, you know, I was in a cult for 8 years, from white to brown belt, and I was paying the guy and teaching the class. But whatever, don't run a cult. Bring in smart minds to help you out with the teaching, and you pay them. Work that into your budget. Which brings me to my next point. Have a budget. And things to factor into that budget besides the rent and keeping the lights on. Because that's everybody's primary concern. It's just the rent and keeping the lights on. Something else to worry about is instructor core. Can I pay my instructors? I gotta work that into the budget before I step out there and open a joint. All right? Website. Doesn't have to be this breathtaking thing, but people want to see that website. All right? They want to be able to click it. They want to be able to find out about you, where you are, get all the data, be able to call you. and then come out. All right. So that's another charge. It's not super expensive. They're not sponsoring this video. You can head over to GoDaddy, and they'll pretty much make the website for you. It's not super expensive. Not at all. Not at all. Get the domain name. They'll make the site for you. It's not expensive at all. Or if you, and guys, if you know something better, leave it in the comments section. Like I said, GoDaddy is not sponsoring this. If you know a better site, leave it in the comments section. So, instructors, website, and a marketer. If you want to do your own marketing, cool. But if you want to defer that to somebody that's better at it, be ready to pay for that. And make sure that you're getting a return on that investment. Like, if you come to your marketer and he says, okay, I'll push your business out there, give me $400. And you're like, okay, it's $400. Make sure he brings in $400 worth of students. Actually, make sure he brings in $800 in students. Because you don't want to just break even because you're not making any money. If he wants $400, give him his $400, but you need $800 in students. And make sure you relay that to him. Don't just hand him the money. Like, how many students do you project if I give you this $400? He says, oh, we'll get like 2 or 3. Like, get out of here. Like, I can't do it. If he says more like 10, okay, that works. All right, 10. Maybe I'm charging them, let's say $125 a month. Let's say I'm charging them that. 10 guys, that's enough money to leave with a profit and to go back in with this guy. Hey, do it again next month. And as long as he's performing, you're good. So guys, those are the mistakes that I made. Don't have a business partner. That's number one. We're recapping now. Do not have a business partner. But if I know a lot of guys, they found another guy with some money, and that guy, you and that guy went and y'all opened up a business. I'm not saying don't have a business partner, but really vet this guy. What does he want? Does he want to be in there running the shop with you? Well, that's a lot of chefs in the kitchen. All right? Does this guy just want to hand you some money and say, hey, this thing needs to be passive income for me? Okay, cool. Now go out there and bring in the income. Get his money back to him. All right? Because he doesn't want to run it. He doesn't want to be in the day by day. Okay, so that means you're in charge. Tell him how much you need. He's going to tell you how much he wants on the return. And you guys run from there. So you can bring in a business partner. Just vet this guy. Again, number 2, control the space. You have to be in charge. That may distance you away from some business partners, and that's fine, because the guy that puts up the money is in charge anyway. Like, you bring in that business partner, maybe he's putting up the dough, you're putting in the sweat. You want to do one thing, he wants to do the other thing. Guess what? He wins because he's putting up the dough. He's in charge. Imagine going out to dinner and the guy that ain't paying a dime is trying to make all the decisions. Oh no, we're going to drink this, and we're getting that, champagne for everybody, and and he's not putting up any money? Nah, he's not in charge. and you're the one paying, no, you're going to flip that table over like, hold on, Bubba. I'm the H and I C. This is what we're doing. We ain't getting champagne. You getting Kool-Aid. I'm going to get champagne. Just because you said that. And he has that kind of power because he's putting up the dough. Whoever puts up the dough is in charge. Period. So you want to make sure that you're in charge, you'll have to put up the dough. All right? Number 3, everything's in writing. Everything. I don't care if it's your best friend, your girlfriend, your mama, your daddy, your cat, your dog, your grandma, I don't care. Everything goes in writing. Because when the money comes in, everybody's going to get amnesia. I promise you. Do a handshake deal. Do a handshake deal and start making some money. And I promise you, everybody's going to get amnesia. Well, I thought I was supposed to get this much. I thought I was supposed to get that much. That's how much you're getting? Well, how much am I getting? Well, that's not fair. But if you get everything in writing, like, hey, here's the deal. Here's the splits. This is how much you're getting. You're getting this percentage. I'm getting that percentage. Deal. Shake. Sign it. So now you get down the road. You're making some money. This guy can't come in and say, hey, I thought I was supposed to get this and that and that. Oh, no, let's go back to the paperwork. There's your signature. You agreed to this percentage. That's what you're getting. Period. And that would be the end of the discussion. All right? And he'll walk off mad, but it is what it is. It's business. So, talked about controlling the space, getting everything in writing, and not creating a bottleneck around yourself. Do not create a bottleneck around yourself. You cannot be the marketer, the only instructor, the janitor, the problem solver, the phone answerer, the website guy. You can't do it all in the beginning. In the beginning, that might sound like a good idea. It sounded like a good idea to me. I'm going to teach everything. I'm going to teach the striking. I'm going to teach the jiujitsu. I'm going to teach the MMA. I'm going to do the marketing. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to... And then when you get sick, when you get hurt, when your family member's sick, when they're hurt, and you gotta be there, who's watching the business now? Because you were the only one. You were the only one doing everything. You didn't hire a staff. You didn't have one instructor to your name. You did it all on your own. Not a good idea. Bring in a staff. All right? Bring in good people that can teach a good class for you, that can mop up and turn out the lights when they leave. You'll be shocked at how hard that can be for some people. That, hey, mop up and leave, you know? Yes. But that's some advice I can give you. I shared you guys some stories of some mistakes I made. I mean, and I had a soft place to land. I'm doing all right, you know, even though, you know, that business didn't work out for me. I made a lot of mistakes. And I'm willing to jump on here and tell you guys that I made those mistakes. I'm telling you to not make those mistakes. All right? And this is advice that you're not going to get from other channels, from other instructors, from other business owners. They're not going to tell you these things. They're just going to put their hands on their hips like, yeah, I got 900 students, They're not going to tell you the mistakes. They're just going to project that they're this king and that they're the man, and like, Just listen to them. I think there's plenty you can learn from somebody that made those mistakes. I think a homeless guy can give you advice. He can tell you what not to do. He can tell you how to become homeless, and now you can avoid those pitfalls a lot better from somebody that already hit the pitfalls. And I'm just giving you a bit of advice, guys. If you're ready to go out there, strike out there, and teach jiujitsu, those are some things to avoid. And if you avoid those things, if you can avoid not making handshake deals, making sure you're in charge, hiring the staff, budgeting, man, you'll run a successful school. You didn't have to buy my book or sign up for my e-course, giving it to you right here for free. All right, guys, I'm Dave. Peace.